How does the WTO's MFN principle impact international trade? Imagine a world where countries can pick and choose who they trade with and how much they charge. It would make global commerce unpredictable and chaotic. That's where the most favored nation principle comes into play. It is a key rule of the World Trade Organization, which is the main group overseeing international trade rules. This principle says that if a country lowers tariffs or reduces trade barriers for one trading partner, it must do the same for all WTO members. The goal is to make trade fair and prevent countries from giving special treatment to some partners while disadvantaging others. Think of it like a level playing field. If country A agrees to charge only a 5% tariff on cars imported from country B, it must charge the same 5% on cars from every other WTO member. This rule helps businesses know what to expect when they sell products across borders. It also encourages countries to keep tariffs low because they can't give better deals to some nations and not others. From a big picture view, the MFN principle creates stability in international trade. When companies know that trade rules won't suddenly change because of political reasons, they can plan better. They can decide where to invest, what to produce, and how to manage supply chains without fear of sudden disruptions. This stability is especially important for small businesses that might not have the resources to navigate complex trade rules. The MFN rule covers not just tariffs but also regulations and other trade measures. It applies to rules about how goods are treated once they enter a country. These rules are part of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, which is one of the main treaties of the World Trade Organization. There are some exceptions to the MFN rule. Countries can form free trade agreements or regional trade deals that give each other better terms than they offer to the rest of the world. These agreements are allowed under WTO rules as long as they meet certain conditions. For example, a trade deal between Canada and South Korea that lowers tariffs for goods traded between them is permitted, even if other WTO members don't get the same benefits. Most of the world's merchandise trade, more than 80%, happens under MFN terms. This means that the majority of goods crossing borders do so under rules designed to promote fairness and reduce discrimination. For businesses, this reduces the risk of sudden policy changes that could make products more expensive or less competitive. However, the MFN principle also limits how countries can use trade as a tool for diplomacy or economic strategy. Because they can't easily give special deals to allies or punish rivals with trade barriers, their ability to use trade for political goals is restricted. This can be seen as both a strength and a challenge, depending on the situation. In the end, the World Trade Organization's most favored nation principle shapes how countries and companies engage in global trade. It helps create a more predictable environment, encourages fair competition, and supports the smooth flow of goods across borders. While exceptions exist, the MFN rule remains a foundation of the modern trading system, influencing how nations work together in the global economy.